Hello friends, welcome back to Gecko's Gaming. Today we are going to be doing the Timeless Metagame Challenge, and you'll notice that the first couple games I was playing a slightly different list, but I just wanted to record this preamble to show you the list I ended up with after running into a ton of Mardu and realizing that Mardu is still a menace and we have to be able to beat that at all costs. So with the 4 pushes main and then semester creature interaction main, and game 1 we're pretty light in terms of hate against combo. We just have the griefs, but then game 2 we can board into May, Disruptor Flute, Opposition Agent, and Surgical for combo. And I have no Thought Seizes anymore. I was started off with 2 Thought Seize main, 2 push main, but I cut the Thought Seizes out of the main because I wanted a better game against Mardu. I wanted more sideboard slots against Mardu, and then I also wanted more main deck against Mardu. So I didn't include any Thought Seizes in the sideboard at that point because post board against combo decks they often have Leyline or Veil, and this card can be pretty dead, and so it's good to have other more proactive threats like May and Opposition Agent that can actually kill them, but also can continue to interact even if they have, and just slow them down even if they have anti-discard in their deck. So that's where the May, the Flute, and the Agents really shine out of the sideboard if they bring those in. And then, yeah, we just have a bunch of hate for Mardu. 5 sweepers, 2 more removal spells to bring in. And against Mardu, I cut Griefs and Reanimates. Pretty much. So, yeah, that's the deck. And let's go ahead and hop into some games. So, I'm going to play first. They have Aluris, so we are looking at likely either Mardu Energy or Blue-Black Tempo or Esper Tempo. We have here a decent start. The Bowmasters on turn 1 is pretty nice. So we'll keep that. It's not super powerful or anything, but this is fine. Let's all the Trawler. We'll pass. If it's Mardu, I'm going to want to try to hit their creature with the Bowmaster, if I can. It is Mardu. So we'll see if they have Guide of Souls, because that is obviously immune to the Bowmaster, but if they have Pride, nope, they have Guide. Okay, that's pretty good. That is good. So we're going to, I think, cycle the Troll here. I can't deal with the Guide of Souls right now, so I think it's better to hold the Bowmasters until we can get something with it. And yeah, next turn I can oof, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's just let him do it. If he wants to take the Bowmasters at this point, that's fine, but I'm sure he's taking the ring. Just the ring, yep. So we thought was going to happen. And no attacks. No attacks. I think I will hold the Bowmaster again. No, let's... Yeah. It's close. It's close. Okay, nice. We rip a ring. That's nice. Love to see that. So let's draw right away. Okay. Draw now just in case I hit a Grief. I might consider using it. Probably not with this hand, but in general, it's a good practice. But also in case they have a Bowmaster. Alright, take out my land with the Strip Mine. Gonna take nothing. And They could have a Bowmaster here. Guessing that they do, so I'm going to hold off on drawing. I guess I don't have to hold off on drawing since I have a Bowmaster also. I do know about it. Gonna pass. There's the Bowmaster. Go ahead and draw in response to that. I should have dismembered the Guy of Souls in response. That was a mistake. Okay. I could still get it now. Just paying a lot of life for that. I think I can though. That was a little sloppy, that turn. I should have waited to play Bowmasters till their turn. And I also should have killed the Guy of Souls first before they got an energy off of it. Or staring down in a Johnny, that's a problem. I'm just gonna play the Shelly to gain the life here. And I didn't want to tap the tomb. Although to be honest, I probably should have saved the tomb till after, because then I could play a land. But, yeah, and I'm making a few marginal errors here. We'll see how much it comes back to bite me. Let's see if we reanimate. Any good hits? Kind of. Yeah, I could reanimate Bowmaster, hit the Pride, and then push Ajani in response so it doesn't flip. And then I think I would still have enough mana left over to play Barrow Glyph. I probably need to replace the ring first, though, to be safe. Another land is pretty nice. Okay. So he's gonna bring back probably a Johnny. Yep. Makes sense.
To the hunt!
Oh, I didn't realize. Lutri is a cat. Alright, alright, alright. I may be cooked. I may be cooked here. We'll see. Oops.
The wicked will pay.
They have a red permanent. That's all it takes. Or Lutri, I meant Luris, but yeah, I forgot she was a cat for a second there. Wow, okay. They didn't have the red permanent. Crazy. Alright. It's been a while. I'm kind of rusty. I gotta brush the dust off for these Mardu matches are really intense always. And then like Flute is okay. But we definitely want the Massacres, the Deluges. And then we cut the Grief. And I cut Reanimate here too. Thoughtseize I would cut. I don't know if there's something else I could play though. Maybe I could bring in some number of Reanimate or some number of Grief. I like Grief more. Reanimate is really rough in this matchup because of the they have that enchantment, the removal spell. Like if I take one of their guys, I forget what it's called, but it's the energy one where it's single white, exile, permanent, and it costs them energy, and then when they don't pay energy, they get it back. So if I reanimate one of their guys, I basically just give it back to them. And then all their removal exiles anyways, so it's not really good on our side either. So I think this is fine. I'll try this. The 2 Disruptor Flutes is a little rough though. I'm kind of 1 card short for this matchup. So, something to consider when I go back to the sideboard, I think. Go back to building the sideboard in between the next run. We should probably add another slot for Mardu. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's very defensive, but that's fine. That's actually fine here. We can just kill all their stuff. That is a workable game plan. Okay, there's Ragavan. Dark Ritual, sure. Alright, let's see what they do. They have another follow-up. Just gonna push the Ragavan. We're not gonna let that get out of hand. If I just have a pile of removal, eventually I should draw into some of my gas, so that'll be the plan here. Another Ritual. Okay, so we can do a big meat hook at some point. It's kind of nice. They played a Parlor just now. That's a little strange. You would think if they had another untapped land, they probably would have played it. So let's go ahead and strip him here. And then I can dismember still the Pride before it can do anything. Okay, there's another land. So I read that one wrong. Honestly, just let him hit us, because the Meat Hook Massacre is going to clear it all out anyways, so... Sure. Oh no, what a disaster. Ugh. Alright, so now I do have to dismember the Pride before the end of the turn. Getting the Meat Hook is so big. That is good. Good beats. I could double Ritual to put the Juggernaut out. I don't think that's a good plan. So let's pass. If opponent swings out here, I can double block the Peddler, but she'll get punished by an instant speed removal spell. Double block with the Bowmasters. We have a Nightmare or what? Chthonian Nightmare? Looking at the graveyard there. I'll chance them having a removal spell. We can clear the board out. Here comes a Johnny. And another land. Okay. I need to kill the Ajani, but I also need to play my land. My land is also my removal spell, so... I'm just gonna hard cast Grief. Check to see if they have something to combo with the Ajani. And then if they do, I can block too. Okay. It's fine, so it must be their last card. Got a Raptor, alright. And do I want to play the Fel or save it to take out a Johnny? I probably need to save it. I'm going to play it out. I mean, it's going to be a few turns before the Ajani is a problem. So, I think I'd rather put myself in the best position to be able to rip off the top here. That is not that. We're in a tough spot here, so. One short of casting the troll. Alright, we're gonna just cycle the troll. Get a swamp. And then I'm just gonna burn my ritual to put a Juggernaut out. Because we have to put something out. And then I have 4 lands, so I can cast anything in my deck now. Hopefully we hit some gas. So I've honestly hit like no gas all game. Just had kind of 1-for-1 spells, except for the meat hook, but they got that one. So Luris is gonna get probably Ragavan back, I think, or Pride. That's a joke. Okay. It's a funny joke, drawing the troll there. Good troll move. Still alive. I mean, I could draw a ring. Could draw a ring. I know. Okay. All right, game 3. That's a pretty good hand. Notably, no removal spell, though. Let's go all in on this Shelly. On turn 1. Throw our whole hand down and hope they don't hit a removal spell. That's the plan right now. Alright. That's game. You could see that, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should have mulliganed. Because I didn't have really any interaction. Doesn't matter. I mean, I guess I'll make him do it. But yeah, I mean, they have enough resources to. I mean, if they hit a land, they can just flip a Johnny and then it's over.
It's not perfect. We have peace.
Okay, let's go sweeper. One time. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I mean, there's a chance that they like make a mistake, I guess. It's hard to imagine how they can mess this up though.
Hunt down the deceivers! Let fury ignite your heart! Nothing is more important than family. Won't stand with me. More join our cause!
Alright, GG. This hand doesn't really do anything, so I think I got him all again. This is fine. We have a turn 2 ring. Put back maybe a strip. Luris. Yeah, I'll put back a strip mine, I guess. Alright, so we're up against Mardu. Being on the draw is pretty rough. Okay, they only have one land. Let's just get a ring in. Second grief is nice, so that's his grief. I do want to hold the Bowmaster. Another Pride is a really good rip for the opponent there. Brutal. This is good. I mean, I cut the reanimates because static field is really bad. Like, you can't use their graveyard because of static field, pretty much. Or static prison. But then all their removal pretty much exiles, so you can't, it's not very good on your side either. So, just got a bunch of removal. Disruptor Flute. Take out the discard because it's tempo negative. Or, you know, I can't 2-for-1 myself with grief to get one of their cards, and all their cards are 2-for-1s anyways, so. Alright, we'll keep this. I could... No, okay. I was gonna say, for a second, I thought that was a turn 1 ring, but it's not. I can only get 3 mana at turn 1. Get a ring out. Use it now to play around Bowmaster. Okay, looks like they do have a Bowmaster. But I'm fine with that because I have a push. It's a turn here. Bowmaster up. Like control, get a swamp. Strip mine. I can take him off black. It's a lot of land. Just vacuum, don't care. Again, I bored out my reanimates, so...
It's not perfect, but we have peace.
Another land. Crazy. Okay, there's some non-lands finally. Another Ajani.
The hunt.
Really getting flooded over here. crazy. Okay. Get some life back. I have the flute for Ajani, so that's fine.
Traitors will be punished.
Ride. Bogart's pretty rude. They have a. They're about to have a Luris, so. Alright, good game. Probably just run back the same configuration. I don't think there's anything worth considering. I do think about opposition agents sometimes in the matchup, but they have fetch lands, but I feel like the body is just too small and too slow. They usually play, what, 8 to 10 fetch lands, maybe? Alright, round 3. This is really slow. We have Deluge, but extremely vulnerable to early disruption. I think I have to mulligan this, but yeah. Okay, this is better. Put back the tomb because we're gonna need to manage our life total pretty effectively here. Try to bait out a removal spell if I can. Another Pride. This is going to be a really nice deluge. Alright, we get the Bomies too, that's nice. Yeah, so there's the swords. Alright. So they can't dash Ragavan again. They know we have the Bowmasters. But next turn we can ring, which is pretty nice. So hopefully we just need to dodge like a Thoughtseize or a Juggernaut Peddler here. Topped. I'll trade my token for the Ragavan. Or my whole Bowmasters, I guess, for it. There we go. Shield Jet is nice. Dude, another reg event, huh? Nice. Disruptor Flute's pretty good. The Meat Hook Massacre. Alright, GG. Alright, let's go for round 3. We're up against Chris A, who I think is a solid timeless player. So hopefully we get a good game here. This is a reasonable start. I do have the Grief Reanimate on turn 1. I am on the draw. They're playing Luris, so I'm sure they're playing Mardu. And this is not a good hand against Mardu. But the problem is there's a big gap between my turn 1 and then getting to Eldred and the One Ring. But I'll keep it because I think I have the opportunity to draw some fast mana. But I also have the opportunity to take a creature with Grief and maybe buy some time with these 2 Reanimates. So, keep it. Grief is really not good in the matchup, but in this situation... considering that the... In this situation, it should be good enough. Okay, there's a Dark Ritual, that's perfect. Stick to the plan here. Thought about exiling a Reanimate, but... Okay, Bombardment is the only other card that they have. Interesting. This is kind of funny. I had to put the Grief just to block the Ocelot Pride, but I didn't get the second card. Nice. He ripped his swords too, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go. Go. The second strip, it does a lot though. I have 2 strips. I suppose it was correct to save that. Wow. Just ripping like a boss off the top, that's insane. Alright. Good game so far. One is starting to run away with it. 2 turns till we get our ring back. Chromox does nothing here.
Is more important.
Yep, that's gonna be game. Alright. Deluge, Massacre, a Flute, Dismember, Push. Cut. Thoughtseize. Reanimate. And Grief. I don't have any removal, and I have both tombs, so I think this is a mulligan. This is not great, but I guess it's better. I should have led with the tomb in case they have another strip mine. Thoughtseize is really good because not only do they get to take my deluge, but then they get to know about the other one and play around it. Well, they get an Arid Mesa, so we'll see if they have a removal spell here. They do. They got the energy surplus from the Amp Trap here, so the Static Prison gets 3 turns instead of 2. That's pretty good too. It's got a jam, right? We just need to top deck good here. Pretty much where we're at this point. Looks like they may not have another removal spell. Unless it's sorcery speed, they could have another prison, I suppose. Shani, alright, alright. Got a good board going on. Definitely the upper hand here. If we can rip a sweeper, we do have 5. And we've gone through 2 so far. Sweeper would be very clutch here. I'll snap off the block on the cat. Or the Bowmasters, honestly. Alright, we'll get another Goyf back. They're not far from... Oh, they have Luris in hand already, actually. So... we can get back Ocelot Pride. And Raptor only triggers if it's cast from hand, I think, so... I made an error. I actually should have used the Disruptor Flute at the end of combat instead of in response to the trigger. Oh, we don't get it back next turn. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong spot for the energy. For some reason, I thought it had no counters on it. Got the energy was in a different spot. Dude, that's brutal. Just ripping an Amp Raptor off the top. Alright. GG, I guess. Couldn't really do anything just against those draws. Alright, friends, we're doing pretty good on this run. We got a 3-0 start. And I would play it against, I think like this was a jank deck, the first win. The second win was Mardu Energy, and the third win was against Burn. So let's go ahead and jump into the next one, see how we do. First, we have it's kind of slow, but we have Grief and Bowmasters to hold us over to get there. We have enough lands. We can start building up to a Shelly. I think it's fine. There's no they have no companion, which indicates we may be up against a combo deck. And if that's the case, I may want to save my second Grief. So I think I'm going to exile this Shelly. We're a real long ways away from that. Myco spawn. Okay, we're up against lands. Take the Deathrite Shaman, because that's the only one that they're close to using. I said Myco spawn, I meant Deathrite Shaman. Alright, I'm gonna get stripped here. That's fine, we'll just cycle the troll. Get a land. This one's gonna be a slog. Can already tell. If they have another strip, then putting out the swamp would be a pretty bad idea. So I'll just go ahead and put this out as a protective measure. Bowmasters is really bad in this matchup. Exiling my graveyard. They got, yeah, some stuff. Bowmasters is bad, but it's kind of the only play we have, so we're gonna put it out there, hopefully put a little bit of pressure on their life total. Chrome Mox, okay. Oh, they have Natural Order too. This looks like a pretty sick deck. This looks pretty cool. Maybe they have Atraxa. Ugh, that's not good. But, good news is we have Dismember. Next turn we're going to get hit by one of these 4s though, unless I strip. I probably should do. Positioning here is just really tricky. We have to keep them off of 4 lands. The ring, nice. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. I have to keep stripping here. So alright. We'll see what they get with Verdant. I'm probably going to strip whatever they do. Got a Mortuary, sure. See how they surveil. Trying to outlands the land stack is it's definitely not where you want to be, but I think it's our only shot here. Okay, they did not get another land, so that's really good. Oh, nice. That Dark Ritual is clutch. Very clutch. Okay, we'll get in for 2 more. I think I'm going for the ring over Grief here. We'll see if we can get another black card, maybe Grief. Nope, okay. Cub, okay, okay. Arrowglyph. Alright, alright. We have some gas. Let's go ahead and Grief Exiling Troll. Or wait. I have 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 mana short of both Hardcasting Grief and Goyf in the same turn. 2, 3. They have a high potential to get a 4th land, and then we can't let them really get Icetill Explorer. That's going to be a disaster if that happens. I could cast a Troll, but yeah, again, that would leave them opening to resolving Icetill, which is not good. So I think I'm gonna... Here. Okay. Let's exile the Troll. And just play Goyf, and we'll save the Ritual for next turn. We're gonna be drawing more cards, so... Another Wary Zone Guard. Do we take the Zone Guard or the Explorer? They can definitely cast Zone Guard. Alright. I'm not sure if that was the optimal sequence there. Let's just hope they don't hit a land. Or another mana source. They did. Nice. Okay, so we're going to be dealing with an Icetill Explorer. But we do have a ring going and a Barrow Goyf. So it's not the worst. It's their second land for the turn. Grief. A little late, but I guess better than nothing. Okay. Alright. So I can take out the Icetill Explorer with Fatal Push. That's pretty nice. So we Grief. Do I have a strip mine in my graveyard? I do. Okay. This is going to be pretty good. So the idea is... Grief. I guess I have to exile the ritual. I'm not going to have enough black otherwise. Okay, I guess I have to exile the Barrowglyph, actually. Yeah. So what's happening here is I'm triggering Revolt for the Fatal Push, and then I Ritual, push the Explorer, and then reanimate it. And then now I can strip them down, both of their lands. And when the bog comes back in after I strip it, they're going to be able to exile my yard. So I want to attack with the Goyf first. Or maybe I'll just keep the bog there. I think my graveyard is honestly more valuable than their... Yeah, okay, let's put the strip in. I think at this point my graveyard is more valuable than their land. Okay, that's pretty good. But we did get... That's why I played the strip mine in case they were able to exile this turn. I played the strip mine instead of a black, even though I could have cast Bowmasters, because I wanted to make sure I had that strip mine to keep going with the Iso Explorer. You're not able to kick this. Alright, GG. Yeah, I mean, Keeping the depths was interesting because they made me have to respect the Thespian stage off the top, but I was just thinking which one I would strip there. Anyways, good game. We want the flute. We want agent. We want dismember to deal with the ISO explorers and Weary Zone guards and stuff like that. Push is still actually reasonable since they have Badger Mole Club and Deathrite Shaman. I wonder if I want some sweepers. They're a little expensive to cast. That can be problematic. We can cut the Bowmasters. Agent, because they have Microspawn to search, and then they also have crop rotation, and they have some fetch lands. So Agent should be good. I guess they have Natural Order too. The Super Flute is okay. It's not like crazy or anything. It's not crazy good here or anything like that. I could cut a Shelly. She's kind of slow for the matchup. I think I just want one flute, if that. I don't know if I need flute actually. Could cut a push. I could cut. Yeah, I'm not sure what the last cut should be. Let's cut one push. They have bigger creatures that it can be blanked on, so I don't know. If I had a little more time, I think I would have probably had a different. I would have been able to dial in my mulligan or my sideboard plan a little bit better. All right, here we have Reanimate Grief on turn 1 and a Strip Mine. Hopefully that's enough. I need a Dark Ritual or something to get me up to these rings. They have Deathrite Shaman, maybe a Fast Bond. Let's see. Or Exploration. Is Fast Bond legal in Timeless? I don't even remember. I think Exploration is for sure. I don't think Fast Bond is. I may be wrong about that. Let me know if I'm wrong. Crop Rotation right away. In an Ancient Tomb. Chrome Mox. Okay, something's happening. We have Wary Zone Guard here, turn 1, or... Something's happening! They have a Wary Zone Guard, wow. Emptying their hand before I can, That's pretty good. I have no removal. I can't keep up with that. That's way too much on turn 1. I guess I'll Grief. I might need these for lands, but they're both useful interaction too if I can get the mana. They can both mitigate the Wary Zone Guard in one way or another. Okay, this is brutal. What an insane start. What an insane start. I think that's this game. I could probably scoop now. GG. I have endurance, that's good to know. I'm still pretty iffy on the flute. Could be a shield dread, it could be a push. Yeah, let's do a push over it, I guess. At the very least, it's another black card I can exile. There's just plenty of situations where Flute won't do that much here, I think. Sometimes it'll be good, but sometimes it won't. And turns off my own strip mines too, so... this is a very slow hand. I don't think we can keep this. Doesn't do anything for a while. This hand is arguably worse. Alright, this is what we're working with. Hopefully it's good enough. Roll into 5 is not good. Sure. I love that they have the original Urza Legacy art on here. It's really cool. My It'd be nice if I could get this up to 6, because these decks often run Dismember, but I don't think I can wait. I think I should just throw it out now in case they don't have removal. They play usually a low removal count. But then the question is, which land do I play? The one he knows about. They kept their strip mine. This Barrow Goat's got to do a lot of work. Yep, that's pretty good. Still have instant land, but that's it, and I can't add that. All I can add is land or instant here myself, so they've slowed the Goyf down effectively. Another troll, sweet. I guess I should have waited to do that until after I hit with the Goyf in case I got something to cast, but... The mortuary. They topped. Okay, let's get in for 5 here. Pretty good hit. Let's get some action. Another Goyf. Sure. If we can get through this turn without getting stripped, then the second Goyf comes down. That'd be pretty good. Comes Chromox. They do have a strip mine in the yard already, so we could be facing down a Wary Zone Guard. But we have the Dismember ready, so we're ready for it. Stage. Cub. Yep. It's annoying. Question is, do I save the Dismember for something more menacing? Or use it because I want to cast the second Barrow Goyf next turn? I think I'm gonna kind of try to go all in here. Just push the advantage while we have it. Opposition agent is interesting. If I had an opposition agent, last turn I would have probably dismembered, but I didn't know. So just having both of those up in instant speed is pretty nice. Covers a lot of bases against the deck. I should have played my land. Should have played the land first. That was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Man, that is rough. Wow, I just lost the game for no reason. Feels really bad. Crazy, dude. Crazy. I totally had the win. All I had to do was play that swamp first. Okay, I'll take 20. I do have a follow-up, so I think I'm cooked. Unbelievable, bro. You hate to just punching like that is the worst. Okay, wow. The ring. Maybe we can luck sack into this one still. That was a very ideal draw. Wow, okay. Definitely made a huge error, but then I was able to get lucky with the ring off the top. So feels like I shouldn't have won that one, but I did. Yeah, I got lucky. I guess that happens sometimes. So we'll thank the Magic Gods for that one. Now we're 4-0 on this run. That was a good game. That was a close game. Alright, next round. Round 5. Play first. And we have a interesting start here. I think this is pretty good. We can do a turn 1. They have Giganta, so it could be like Boros Energy or something. With Flage. So here we have an interesting start. I think it's keepable, but the sequencing is a little interesting. Definitely keep it, but I don't know if I should put my Dark Ritual on the Chromox, or kind of tough to say when we don't know exactly what they're playing yet. Yeah, let's try this, I guess. It's rough because we only have 2 Ancient Tombs for lands, so... Classic Once Upon a Time on my end step. I think you should usually save that until you get your first draw, but this gives a little bit more information about what you're looking for. Ouch. Well, we have to reanimate though, so it's fine. Alright, let's... Instant land. Okay, this will put a creature in. So that'll put him up to 4. 4 toughness, so should be resilient to the next bolt, right? Oh, yeah, I should put some up to 5, so that's good. Okay, just instant scoop to that. That's fine. So probably like a green-red, like beats, I would guess. Maybe with a land sub-theme, probably Weary's Own Guard, Strip Mine, who knows. Tough to say exactly what we're up against here. So both Once Upon a Time, Foothills, Strip Mine, and Giganta. Since they have Giganta, we know they're not playing Ice Chill Explorer or something like that. Means that they're probably not doing a big lands thing. Maybe they have Weary's Own Guard in there just for value, but... we're going to want Dismember, I think. Probably... some sweepers. Guess let's try this. Not really sure what they're playing, but this should be good against like a creature deck or like a Gruul beatdown type deck. Okay, this is fine. It's slow, but we have interaction. The old badger mole cub. Well, man, we'll do a troll. Cycle the old troll here. Okay, another strip mine. A little bit of fast mana would be really nice. Okay, so they are doing lands thing for sure. Okay. That is going to be a problem. Bogart Trawler. Not what you want to see right now. I just have to sit here and stall and try to buy time until I can get a Dark Ritual or something. I think I need to save this member for where we zone guard or something like that. Strip comes back. Deluge. Just a Dark Ritual is really what we need right now. Alright. I think that's probably going to be game at this point. Just needed some mana, but now we know what they're doing. I think we want the flute, surgical, deluge, not so much. Maybe like one. Nah, I mean they don't have big monsters. It's more just the green red land guys. Alright, let's try this. Turn 1 ring, so as long as they don't have like a disruptor flute or something, this should be a pretty good hand. Nice. Let's get Barrel Glyph in there. Guess it's vulnerable to Bolt. Maybe I should have waited another turn. Well, they can use Ren and 6 here. They can get their fetch land back. I can flute the 6 next turn. Or I could play Shelly. Let's grief first and see what they're working with. See if they have a removal spell for Shelly, otherwise we'll probably do that. They have a second Ren and 6. I don't think this matters really what I take here. I guess Hierarch is the best one. Just put Shelly out. I think this is just more powerful than Ren and 6, so rather than being reactive to a less powerful card, we're gonna press the advantage. Good game. Alright, so now we're 5-0. Alright, we're entering round 6. Against 42 Sporks. This player usually plays combo. They won a Timeless Open with Mono Red Storm, which was pretty cool. This is a nothing hand, especially against combo, so we're gonna mulligan this one. Yeah, I mean, I guess my main deck is skewed towards Mardu, so. But yeah, I'll put back a push. And then we do have a turn 1 troll, so maybe we can ride that home. Turn 1 troll and then turn 2 strip. Alright. If they're playing Red Storm, then we could get punished by putting back the pushes. And maybe I should put back a ring instead of a push, honestly, from the mulligan, and kept 2 pushes so that I could take out a... well, they have the artifact anyways, so... There's a creature. They have creatures and artifacts both that do the same kind of abilities. So, all right, swing 6, and we did just hit another removal spell. So if I do try to play a creature, we should be well set to mitigate that. All right, we just need to survive 2 turns here. Ral, okay. So their spells are going to be very cheap.
One day, I'll get out of this miserable district.
Let's get Ral now. Or can flip. Not that he would flip it now anyways, but... Nice. He's got a lot of mana. Nice, nice, nice. Yep. They're getting some options here.
My genius is rotting. Dump.
Ah. Might have been too slow.
No one controls me.
Okay, whiffing there. Just hitting lands. Okay. You get another shot, but they're out of mana. Oh, they already... Wow. Okay, I didn't realize Ral was already ulting. Storm of Memories, I think I'm cooked. And Wish. I guess it turns out that if I would have put the ring back instead of the... If I would have put back ring instead of push, I might have... Maybe would have won. I tried to concede, but I can't. Okay. So we want May. Probably surgical. Cut down's okay. They don't have a lot of searching. Definitely want the flute. Most of their card advantage spells exile instead of draw, so Bowmasters goes down quite a bit. Cut down, I think, is strictly better than Dismember. My life total can't matter, you know, if it's difference of getting Storm count up to X amount instead of X plus X minus 1 or whatever. So, the ring is slow, but it can buy me a turn at a crucial stage of the game. Bowmasters are very mid, so we'll cut that. We'll trim some of those. This hand is pretty slow. I don't think I like this. I guess I have a turn 2 Shield Dread. Wait to grief till the next turn. They can't do anything on turn 1, I don't think. Oh, except for that. I thought they have Ancient Tomb in the deck. Pretty bad for me, actually. Definitely could have griefed already. Both of these black cards are going away, I guess, so it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, 2 rupees anyways. Pick a Shelly. We'll strip him next turn. Hopefully that's enough. We're going to want to take him off of red mana, especially since we're trying to pressure their life total with a Shield Dread here. They'll only have 1 source of red, which is going to be a major bottleneck for them. They have 2 rubies already to reduce colorless mana, so... Wow. That's insane. Rip a seeding song off the top. Oh man, there's just so much gas. So much gas. Alright. Gonna be game. They got us again. Man. That's frustrating. Another Storm of Memories, another Red's Resolve. Oh, actually they can't actually, unless they have like empty the Warrens or something. Because I have Ring Protection this turn, so... They can't grape shot us. I'm guessing he's got an empty the Warrens or some kind of a backup in the graveyard or in the sideboard though for Wish. There's grape shot. I mean, they could just grape shot the Shelly. They have empty the Warrens? Oh, they have Dragonstorm. I don't think there's anything I can draw to get me out of this one. Alright, good game. That was a good run. Felt like both those games, I'm not sure, maybe both those games I felt like I was in a good position and then they just ripped the perfect card off the top, but I can't remember. Definitely the second game. I don't know if the first one was the same or not, but either way, the opponent played tight, played well. Definitely deserved the W. Alright, well we got a 5-1 run. Can't complain about that. It's pretty nice. Thanks so much everybody for watching. Remember to smash that subscribe button. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.